to my channel and to the start of my Bookoplathon reading vlog. So this weekend there's going to be a 48-hour edition of the Bookoplathon, which is a readathon hosted by Becca from Becca and the Books, and it's based on her TBR game Bookopoly, which she does every month. I will link her announcement video down below where she explains all the things. I guess the most important thing to know about this readathon is the fact that we don't really know the prompt beforehand. The prompts will be released throughout the readathon. There will be 8 prompts in total. We already know the first 2 ones so that we can get started when the readathon starts. So the first two prompts have been released, and then there will be 6 more prompts released during the readathon. So you can't really plan for this readathon. At least not very much. But we do know the first 2 prompts. The first 2 prompts is to read a fantasy and to read a book with a dark cover. So I figured for the first prompt I will just continue reading my current read, which is The King of Crows by Libba Bray. This would work both for fantasy and for a book with a dark cover. So I'm just going to continue reading this one. I don't have very much left. I think I have like 80-90 pages left, so just this little bit. So I think I will try to and hopefully finish most of this for the first part of the readathon until we get more prompts. So today is actually Friday. The readathon has not started yet. The readathon is starting at 1 AM my time. It's midnight British time. At that point I will be asleep, hopefully. I'm not planning on staying up. I need my sleep, so I will just start reading or continue reading this one tomorrow, and then the next prompts will be dropped at 1 PM my time tomorrow on Saturday. So I will just see if I'm done with this book by then. I will just pick something else to read for the new prompts. If I'm not done with this one, I'll either continue reading this one if the new prompts fit, or I will just start something else and hopefully get back to this one later, because I do want to finish this book during the readathon. Another thing I should probably mention about this edition of the Bookoplathon is the fact that the entire thing is going to be live on YouTube. So there are going to be like a bunch of different hosts who are going to have like live shows. I think each of them are going to have like 4-hour live shows throughout the entire like 48-hour that the readathon is taking place. So that is really cool. I don't know how much of that I will be catching. I do have other things I need to do this weekend as well. I can't dedicate all my time to reading, unfortunately. But I'll drop by here and there to see what's going on, and hopefully joining some reading sprints and stuff. But yeah, I think that is going to be my intro. I just really wanted to get the vlog started now so that when the readathon actually starts I can just read. I am very excited for this weekend and this readathon. The fact that I don't know what I'll be reading is different, because I usually plan readathons and this time I can't. I do have some options. I have spent some time just putting down some options for like shorter things that I could read and things that will fit some of the prompts that I know are on the Bookopoly boards. But you just really can't plan this, so I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. But I'm just going to have a fun time this weekend with reading and just hope that I'll read a lot of great stuff. So yeah, I guess that's it for now. I will catch you later or tomorrow when the readathon actually starts. So yeah, I'll see you then.
Good morning. It's Saturday morning. It's like 8:45 and I just woke up, so that's why I look and sound a little tired. But yeah, it's time to get this readathon started. I'm going to read The King of Crows. I read a little bit more of this last night before the readathon started, so I have like 60 pages left, I think, so it would be nice if I could finish that this morning. I don't know if I can, but I plan to just stay in bed for couple of hours probably just reading this book. I love reading in bed on weekends in the mornings. It's usually where I get most of my reading in, or where I read like most efficiently. So yeah, that's like definitely like the weekend highlight for me. I love it. So that's what I'm going to do now. So let's just see how that goes. So it's a while later. I am finally up and about. It's just past 11, I think, and I actually finished The King of Crows. Once I started, I just got determined to just finish that book because I had just a tiny little bit left. The ending, it was pretty satisfying, I think. This was the end of the series. I've been reading the series since August, I think. And yeah, the ending I liked. The rest of the book was... I mean, this whole series, I've been so torn about it because there are parts of it that I just really, really like. And then there are other parts that it's just a little bit more, meh, maybe. In particular, the writing style. I mentioned that before. Like the writing, it's actually very, very good, apart from those random POV changes that I mentioned before are just really, really bothering me. So if it wasn't for them, this writing would probably be like one of my favorite writing styles, I think, because apart from that, it's actually really, really good. This book, apart from that, this book just felt, the pacing just felt a little, like the middle part of this book just felt like it was really dragging at times. It was like not much was happening for a very long time, and then towards the end, in like the last 80 to 100 pages, just everything seemed to just happen at once. And so the pacing just also felt a little bit off, maybe. But yeah, as a whole, I like this book. As a whole, I enjoyed the series. Just in particular, I feel like the author has done such a good job with, and I mentioned this before, with the setting. I feel like there has to be, she must have done a lot of research for this series, because this just feels so like well rooted in history in a way. Like you just feel the history all the time in this book. Like everything that happens is sort of like settled in that historic time. And that part of the book is just, I feel like that's the strongest aspect of this book, or the series as a whole. So I would highly recommend this series. I think that not everyone would be as bothered as I am with those POV changes, and apart from that, and apart from the fact that the pacing has been felt a little bit off at times, this is just a really good YA paranormal series. So I would recommend it, but just be aware of those things that I mentioned if you're bothered by that. Anyway, that was my first book finished for the readathon. Obviously, I didn't read the whole thing, just the last 60 pages. But it's just about 2 hours until we get the next prompt, which is perfect because I have some other things I need to do now. I need to do a little bit of cleaning in my apartment. I need to make myself some food because I haven't eaten yet today. And I also want to film a video today, and I like to get that done sooner rather than later, so I'll probably do that as well. And then, when I've done those things, I will look up and see, hopefully the prompts have been released by then, so I can find out what they are, and plan my next read, and also start my next read. So, but yeah, so far so good. I finished my first book, so this is going very well so far. So, hi. It's a while later. I have cleaned a little bit. I have eaten lunch.
I have filmed my video. So now I'm ready to read. It's about 1:15. The second prompts, or the third and fourth prompt, was just released. I haven't looked at them yet. I'm going to do that now and see what they are, so I can pick out my next read. I'm a little bit nervous because, I mean, this prompt could be anything, so but we'll just going to have to see. So I'm going to click on the first one, see what it is.
Bookoplathon board rule number 2 is a 7, and that is a book with POC rep.
POC rep, okay. I mean, I have some of those, so that could work. But I'm just going to see what the second prompt is as well, because I'll probably only pick one of them, or if I am able to combine them, I might do that. But yeah, I'm going to look at the other one as well. Let's see. Okay, second prompt.
2021 board rule number 2 is 7, and that is a contemporary.
A contemporary. Okay, that works very well for me because I have, as always, a lot of romances that I want to get to, and I mean, contemporary romances are contemporary. Most of them, or most of the ones that I have anyway, are contemporary romance. So let me just take a few minutes to go through the options that I have picked out and see if there are any of these that I want to read for one or both of these prompts. Okay, so I'm back. I've decided that what I want to do is I'm going to read a contemporary romance for the contemporary prompt, because I remember I'm also in the middle of an audiobook that I wasn't sure I would get to read much of this weekend, but that book is stamped from the beginning by Ibram X. Kendi, which is a POC author. So if I get time to read some of my audiobook, I'll read that for the POC prompt, and then I will read a contemporary romance on my Kindle for the contemporary prompt, and the one that I've decided to go with is Jaywalking by Rachel Ember. This one is a kind of a short book. It's 112 pages. My Kindle tells me it will take me 2 hours and 8 minutes to read it. That's not my reading speed. It will take me at least twice that time, probably more actually, because I'm not a fast reader. So we'll see. But I have all day to read. I don't know how much time I'll be able to dedicate to reading. Like I said, have some other things to do. I probably need to start editing a video. I also get very burnt out if I read for long periods of time, so I will need to take breaks, and I usually don't read much in the evenings. I just prefer to watch TV or something, or watch booktube videos or whatever in the evening, so I'll probably take a break then as well. But we'll see. I'm going to start reading Jaywalking, which is apparently like a student-professor type of romance. So that could be fun. I have not read anything from this author before, so I'm just looking forward to figuring out if I like her reading style, and if it's an author that I want to read more of. So a 100-page book or 112-page book is probably a good place to start. So yes, I'm going to go and get into this book now. So it's a while later. Well, actually, it's much later. It's like 4 o'clock now. I have mostly been reading. I took a little break for a while so I could post my newest booktube video. So that one is up. Apart from that, I've mostly been reading. I've taken part in some of the reading sprints. It's going kind of slow. I have really been struggling to focus. I'm like, how far am I into this book? Let me check. I'm 37% into the book. I wish I'd gotten a little bit longer at this point. But yeah, I just haven't been able to focus properly, and it's not because of the book. The book is actually
I like the book. But yeah, sometimes I just struggle with the focus. And that's what's been going on for the past couple of hours. So I think I'm actually going to take a break now and start editing a video that I want to edit, or at least get started on today. But maybe I can just talk a little bit about the book I'm reading. It's Jaywalking by Rachel Amber. So this one, like I said, it's a sort of a professor-student situation. So we have our two main characters, Jay and Emile, and the two of them, they meet at a poetry reading at a bar, and they have this like very like instant connection, and they almost act on it, but not quite. So nothing happens even though they come close, and they both don't really think that they'll see each other again, because you know it's not very likely that they will. But like they still think about that evening at the bar. And then we jump forward a few weeks or a few months, I'm not sure, and it's the start of a new semester. And Emile, he is a associate professor at a university, and he is going to have his first class of the semester. And he walks into the like classroom, and of course there is Jay, and Jay is one of his students. So that is sort of the setup for this book. I'm actually really enjoying it. I like the writing style. The pacing so far has been pretty good. This is a short book, more like a novella, I guess, with like 112 pages, I think it was. But so far it hasn't felt rushed or anything like that. So yeah, quite liking it so far. So I'm enjoying the book. I'm just like not really been able to focus as well as I would have liked. So yeah, I think a break and some editing is in order, and then I'll try and read a little bit later today, I think. So maybe take like an hour and a half editing break or something. So I think that will be good to do right now. So that's where I'm at. I'll probably be back a little bit later tonight with another update. So far so good for the readathon, I guess. So it's now the evening. I am going to get started on dinner now. Since I talked to you last, I've actually gotten... Oh, let me see if I can get some lighting in here. Oh, that's a little bit better. Since I talked to you last, I've actually done quite a lot. Like I said, I was going to start on editing my video, which I did. I got started on editing this vlog, actually. So it's always nice to get a head start on that. And then I went back to reading, and I've actually gotten quite a bit done. I'm now up to 72% of the book. So when I talked to you last, I wasn't super hopeful that I was going to finish it today, because I just felt like it was going so slowly. But now I've just been a lot more focused. So it's been going a lot better. And now I am planning on finishing it today. So that would be great if I could do that, because I didn't think that it would happen before. Still really liking it. I'm just kind of getting maybe a little bit impatient, because I'm at 72%, and the two main characters still haven't really had a lot of interaction. So I'm just kind of curious to see like what's gonna happen during the last part of the book, because I've enjoyed pretty much everything about it so far, apart from that. So I'm just hoping that I will be satisfied and happy with the last part of the book, because right now I'm not quite sure how I'm going to feel with like there having been so little interaction until now. So we'll see. Anyway, I am about to start on dinner. I am going to make lasagna tonight. Not like from scratch or anything. It's going to be from a pack. But like, that's fine. I like that lasagna, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not sure how much I will update tonight, because honestly
I am planning on finishing the book, like I said, but I might do that in bed tonight. So I'm not sure if I'll read anything tonight really, apart from that, because I don't usually read much in the evening, aside from bed, and I'm feeling a little tired maybe of reading, since I've read quite a bit today already, so we'll see. I also didn't read my audiobook, so I was hoping to do that, but tomorrow I am planning on going for a hike, and during that I'll definitely listen to my audiobook, so I'll get to it then. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this update. I'm going to get started on dinner. I am getting hungry, and I will talk to you sometime.
So it's late, it's like 1:30, and I just finished jaywalking, so I did it. I'm not going to talk about that book now. I mean, I literally just finished it, so I need to like gather my thoughts a little bit, so I'll talk about it tomorrow. But the reason I'm updating is just the fact that the next prompts will now have been dropped. So I figured I'd just find out what they are before I go to sleep, so that I'll know tomorrow. Because tomorrow morning when I wake up and I want to read in bed, I'll need something new to read, so I need to figure out what the prompts are. So I'm just going to go ahead and look them up and see what they are.
Bookoplathon board roll number 3 is an 8. And that is the first book in a series.
So, a first book in a series. Okay, I know one book that could fit that prompt that I want to read, but I'm going to have to think about it and see what I feel tomorrow. But let's check the other prompt as well.
2021 board roll number 3 is a 9. And that is a chance card, and my chance card is Confess by Colleen Hoover.
Okay, so the next prompt on that board is a chance card. And chance card is literally like you have a list of books that you want to read or that you have on your TBR, and you'll just pick one of those. And obviously I don't have that list here. I haven't actually made a list like that, but I think I could use like a random number generator for my TBR or something like that. But I'm not going to do that now, obviously. I need to go to sleep. So now I know. One prompt is to read the first in the series, and the second one is a chance card. So I guess I'll just see tomorrow what I'll end up reading for those prompts. But right now, I'm going to go to sleep. It's late and I'm tired, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It's Sunday. I am so tired. It took me a while before I was able to fall asleep last night. And it's now like 8:30, and yeah, I'm up barely, and I'm going to start reading again. I might fall asleep again, but like I'm going to start anyway and see. So I think one of the reasons I didn't fall asleep very quickly last night was because I was thinking about which books to read next. So maybe it wasn't the smartest idea to look at the next prompts right before I fell asleep, but you know. So the prompts, like you saw, were to read the first book in the series or to pick a chance card. And like I'm just going to not do the chance card one because, you know, I can't do it here. I need to go up and like look at my TBR and find like random generator stuff. I'm just not going to be bothered with that because I have the like perfect option for the other prompt to read the first in the series, because I still have one book left on my March TBR that I need to get to, and that book happened to be the first in a series. So I'm just going to read Lost and Found by Lucy Lennox and Sloan Kennedy, because this book is the first one in series called Twist of Fate. So I'm going to read more contemporary romance, basically, which I'm not complaining about. So I mean, this worked out perfectly for me. This one is like a normal romance length. I think this book was 310 pages, I think, so not going to be able to finish it during the readathon, but I'm gonna start. I'm gonna see how far I can get. At 1 o'clock my time, the final prompts will be dropped, so I'm just going to see what I'll do then, if I will start another thing for those final prompts, or if I'll just continue reading this for the entire day today. We'll see. But yeah, I am going to start reading this book now. I am very excited to read it. I'm just very tired. So it's a little bit later. I am up and about. I was able to get like 16% of the book read this morning, Lost and Found. So that's good. I'm off to a good start with that one. I am liking it so far, which is also great, because I guess I've had high hopes for this one. So yeah, I'm liking it so far. I am about to go out on a hike. I'm just having some breakfast before I head out. I think it's about almost 11 o'clock now. Just figured I'd talk a little bit about jaywalking, since I didn't really talk about it last night when I finished it. I liked that book a lot. Like I said, it was pretty short, but it didn't really feel that rushed, or I felt like the author really was able to take her time with like establishing the universe and yeah, just setting the stage, I guess, because this is, as far as I understand, the first book in a series. I think I mentioned in a clip yesterday that I wish the two main characters had more interaction, and that is sort of like my main complaint about this book, I guess. Obviously they had more interaction towards the end, but I still wished for more throughout the book, because like I said, there was a lot of like setting the stage, and there was quite a bit of like the characters' interactions with other people. But like in a romance, I just want a little bit more interaction and building the relationship that I felt like we got in this one. So that is pretty much my only complaint, I guess. Apart from that, this book was great. Really like the writing style. If you haven't noticed by now, writing style is like a big thing for me in books, but I liked it. So yeah, I feel like this could be like a 4-star rating. Liked the couple, just wish they had a little bit more scenes together, I guess. But yeah, I liked it, so I may check out other books in the series, and I think I have at least one more book by this author on my Kindle as well. So now I'm excited to check out that one. I think that one is longer, so like I'm hopeful we'll probably get a little bit more romance maybe in that book. But yeah, that was my update for now. I'm going to head out now. I'm going to listen to my audiobook, which is done from the beginning by Ibram X. Kendi, which doesn't technically work for any of the prompts or any of the current prompts that we have now, but it does fit one of the prompts from yesterday, the POC rep prompt. So I'm just going to use it for that, even though it's not a current prompt. I'm not going to like finish the book or anything. I have like, I think like 8 hours left of the audiobook. It's a long audiobook. I've been like listening to it for almost the entire month, so I'm just going to listen to a little bit more of that while I'm out today. So yeah, I'm going to head out now.
So I'm back from my hike. It was super nice. I got quite a bit of audiobook listening in. I think I listened to like probably an hour and a half, maybe close to 2 hours of the audiobook, stamped from the beginning. That book is very good, by the way. It's a lot to take in, but it's great. So I don't have that much left now, so I'm pretty sure, or 99% sure, that I'll finish it by the end of the month. So I'm actually about to sit down and read some more, but before I do that, the last 2 prompts were just dropped, so I figured we may as well find out what they are. So let's go.
And the final roll for the 2021 board is a 9. And that is other, so that is any genre outside of the ones that you typically read.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Let's see what the other prompt is.
And the Bookoplathon board roll number 4 is 11. And that is a book set in the present.
Okay, that one works very well for me, because to be totally honest, right now I'm mostly just kind of eager to continue the book I was already reading, which is Lost and Found, and that is a contemporary romance. Like, since I'm only 16% into it, it felt I kind of didn't want to start anything else. So for this prompt set in the present day, I can pretty much just continue reading that one, which I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know how much reading I'll get in today. I once again have some other things I need to do as well. But like that book, it's long, too long for me to finish in a day anyway, so I'll have more than enough with that book for the rest of this readathon probably. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do the present day prompt and read the book I'm currently reading. If I should feel the need to like take a break from that and read something else, I can probably find something for the other prompt as well. But I'll just get back to that if I feel like it. But yeah, I'm just going to continue reading Lost and Found because I am excited to read more of that book, so why not? So yeah, I'm going to do that now, and I'll be back a little bit later with an update.
So I'm now up to 30% of Lost and Found by Louisa Lennox and Sloane Kennedy. I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a summary or a synopsis, I guess. I'm actually about to take a break and do something else, but I figured I'd do that first. So basically in this book we have our 2 main characters, Sandra and Bennett, and they used to be best friends when they were kids. Like, they were inseparable for many years until they were like 14, 15, I think. And then something happened which basically ruined their friendship overnight. And also Sandra ended up moving away to another part of the country. And Bennett haven't really known where Sandra's been since then. And now we're like 15 years later, and the 2 of them, they meet again. Sandra, he is like a guide, like a wilderness guide, I guess. And Bennett, he is there with a group of kids that are going on this week-long hike. And Sandra is basically going to be their guide for this trip. So they meet again. They haven't seen each other since that thing happened between them. We are sort of slowly learning what happened between them that night or day that everything changed. So that's basically like the setup. There is, like I said in the beginning or earlier today, I enjoyed this book. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of feelings, tensions running high. There's a lot of hurt between our 2 main characters. There is, I want to say, almost aggression. just like a lot, because Sandra still, after all this time, is incredibly hurt by what Bennett did. But like at the same time, this happened when they both like just started to figure out that they might have feelings for each other, and neither of them have really been able to let that go. So there's that as well, that is just coming to the surface now. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. The writing style so far is pretty good. So yeah, I'm just kind of curious to see what's gonna happen with them. Like I said, I'm about to take a break now. I think I'm going to continue editing this vlog. It would be nice to get most of it done today, but we'll see. I feel like I need a little bit of a break now anyway, so it's a good time to do that. And then hopefully I'm going to read a little bit later today as well. So I'm sure I'll be back with another update later. So it's now kind of late on Sunday evening. It's about 10:30. I am about to go to bed, but I figured I should just wrap up the vlog first. I am probably going to read a little bit more in bed, but yeah, I kind of just wanted to wrap up the vlog before I go to bed. So yeah, the readathon is almost over. It's been a pretty good readathon, I think. I have done like a decent amount of reading. Nothing like extraordinary, but still pretty good for me. I've completed 2 things. One of them was I only had a little bit left of, but still completed 2 things and read parts of 2 other things. So I mean, that's okay. So to sum up, I first finished The King of Crows by Libra Bray, which I read for 2 prompts, which was to read a fantasy and to read a book with a dark cover. And then I read Jaywalking by Rachel Amber. I read the entire thing yesterday. And I can't remember which prompt I read that one for. Was it contemporary? I think it was contemporary. And then I have listened to part of the audiobook I'm currently reading, which is Stamped from the Beginning by Ibram X. Kendi. I read that one for the prompt to read a book with POC rep. And finally we have the book that I'm reading now, which is Lost and Found by Lucy Lennox and Sloane Kennedy. And I read that book for... what did I read that book for? Yeah, first in a series. That's it, first in a series. And I am currently up to 35% of that book. And I will read a little bit more tonight, so maybe I'll get up to like maybe close to 40 or something. So I think that's pretty good. I'm beyond the 100-page mark for that one, so that means I've read more than 100 pages of it today, which is pretty good for me. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And like, it's just been a fun readathon. It's fun not being able to plan too much in advance, and also I've had fun following the reading sprints, and also feel like I've been super lucky with the prompts. They haven't been too challenging. I've been able to read some things that I really wanted to get to. I was able to finish the book that I was currently reading, The King of Crows, and I was able to start the final book that I had on my March TBR, which is Lost and Found, the book I'm currently reading. So yeah, it's been a good readathon. I've had a lot of fun. And I am finding that I really enjoy doing 48-hour readathons, because I feel like I'm able to just make more of an effort with shorter readathon as opposed to week-long or even month-long readathons, where I feel like I can't make too much of an effort because I'll get burnt out. But with this weekend readathons, I'm able to do it, I feel like, a little bit more. Anyway, this is getting like a long rambly outro. I'm just gonna end this video here. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I feel like it's going to be a pretty long one. I've already edited a lot of it, and it's getting pretty long, but I hope you don't mind. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!